Hey guys, what's up? In this video, we are going to be talking about oxalic acid. Oxalic acid is most importantly used in cardiac conditions, and you can add this drug in your cardiac therapeutics as well. We've always studied in a way that they've taught us we should include the drug proving part, we should include the clinical part, and we should also include the toxicology part. But we seldom include the toxicology part, right? And if you have been studying FMT in your second year, then you know that oxalic acid is actually a poison. So in this video, what I've tried is to put out the poisonous effects of oxalic acid and try to correlate it with material and its therapeutic aspect. Alright, let's get started. So we know by now that oxalic acid is a corrosive poison. Corrosive means it's going to corrode, right? So oxalic acid, its action could either be local or remote. So if the acid falls on your skin, so it will have a local action. If you ingest the acid, it will have a remote action. So local action is mainly erosion of skin and mucous membrane, pretty easy to understand and visualize as well. Any acid falling on your skin or mucous membrane, you'll have corrosion, burning, etc. And remote action, if you ingest or if somebody ingests acid, there's going to be burning and corrosion and erosion of mucous membrane of the GI tract, which is why there's going to be nausea, vomiting. Coffee ground is the color of the vomit because of blood and its decomposition, and simple here and there sourness in the taste and pain and tenderness. These are simple symptoms that are actually symptoms of oxalic acid poisoning. Okay, you have to pay attention to these symptoms, and then when we do the materia medica part of oxalic acid, we will understand that these are actually interlinked. Alright. Another thing about biochemistry, when oxalic acid is in excess, which is right now in the case as it is poisoning, right? So oxalic acid is excess in the body, it will combine with the serum calcium, okay? And they together will form calcium oxalate. Now, calcium oxalate should remind you of something, and that is kidney stones. Alright, so keeping kidney stones in mind, and because oxalic acid is high, okay, let's draw it here, high oxalic acid, and it is combining with serum calcium. So what will happen to serum calcium? The levels will become low. Simple chemistry. If oxalic acid is high and it is combining with serum calcium, the total serum calcium available will of course decrease or reduce. So that will give us a state of hypocalcemia. So what is the consequence of this reaction? This is FMT, alright? Nothing, this is not my theory, this is pure FMT. Because of hypocalcemia, there's going to be tingling, numbness, twitching and jerking. Okay, hypocalcemia also has effect on heart. Alright, if anybody knows about effect of hypocalcemia on heart, you can comment down in the comment section below. And calcium oxalate, as we saw, has a nephrotoxic action. It will form calcium oxalate crystals. It can cause oligouria, oxaluria, albuminuria and hematuria. So basically we know कि kidney का कुछ problem होगा because of these calcium oxalate. And these are not immediate reactions, of course. The skin one is immediate. These reactions take at least 15 to 20 gram of oxalic acid, and it will take around 1 hour for it to happen. Alright, so this was basic FMT. I have not even started with the materia part, but if you've understood this slide, then you will most likely understand the next slide as well. Now we start with the materia part of oxalic acid. Alright, now oxalic acid poisoning, if it were to happen, then it happens because of excess ingestion of oxalic acid. but still there are foods that have high amount of oxalate in them. Not high enough to cause poisoning unless taken in excess, which is also not really possible because the quantity is very less in those foods. But let us assume that the person is idiosyncratic to those substances, and hence their reactivity to those substances will be pretty high. Now, what are those substance or food items that have high oxalate in them? They are sour fruits, berries, tomatoes, apples. Other ailments from for oxalic acid is wine, sugar and starchy food, and also coffee. So it is pretty obvious that all the substances that are going to have high oxalate in them can cause oxalic acid poisoning, and thus they will be a part of the oxalic acid drug picture, not big brainer, right? Most important is berries or strawberries. A lot of symptoms has this ailment from strawberries, so it is unique as well and very specific. Other thing which we know that oxalic acid has an action on GIT. So let us first see the GIT of oxalic acid. So this is the navel. Oxalic acid patient will have pain above navel, which will be worse 2 hours after eating. Okay, this is characteristic of duodenal ulcers, which has pain right here, and it is worse after like few hours after eating, and so the person wants to eat again. um, Also, oxalic acid poisoning will cause ulcerations because of its corrosive action, so you have to correlate it in that way. So you get the first symptom, pain above navel 2 hours after eating, important star mark symptom. Then you have second thing is that there is coldness in the epigastrium, which is why I have used the blue pen. Coldness in epigastrium. There is burning pain which is extending upwards. You can see here. This is going right to the sternum, and then it is going left side to the shoulders and the elbows. So this is either one because of the acidity or the pyrosis or the gastralgia. It could also be because of heart's action. At the start I mentioned that this is an excellent remedy for heart as well. So this radiating pain and burning can be either because of acidity or because of heart. There is slightest touch causing excruciating pain, and there are bitter and sour eructations. These complaints are worse at night and cannot eat strawberries. Like I mentioned, strawberries is the main aggravating factors, and also sweets. If you say here this pain is worse 2 hours after eating and this pain is worse right after eating, so the modalities are not very marked for that matter. A B to a worse right after eating will suggest gastric ulcer. This will suggest duodenal ulcer. So what we have to take home is that there is some sort of ulceration which has aggravation from these food products. Alright. And one more important is that these complaints are better by passing flatus. Okay, this is I think a good Viva question as well, that mention GI modality of oxalic acid better by passing flatus. We go more ahead with the GIT. There is stitching pain in liver, okay, which is better by deep breathing. Again a different modality, because usually the pains are worse with movement. If you see bryonia, it is worse with movement, but here it is better by deep breath. That means it is better by movement. Inspiration, expiration is some sort of movement. So this sort of tells us that there might not be conditions like pleurisy or pleural effusion, right? Because the patient is better by deep breath. But that is not true. This drug also has pleuritic pains. Let us see here. There are spotty pains, The pains in spots are also there in GI where there is burning at a spot. Okay. Um, Before going to the heart, since we know that oxalic acid is a corrosive poison, if you ingest it, what's also there in the throat? The larynx and pharynx. So the patient will also have hoarseness, aphonia. The characteristic here is that the nervous aphonia alternates with heart symptoms. Okay, I'll put a star mark here. Now, oxalic acid is a drug which you might really not remember when it comes to such basic and detailed symptoms. But if you understand it with pathology and if you rewatch this video a few times, you will be good to go. I'm pretty sure about that. So these were because of, uh, let's assume, because of erosion of the larynx, which causes hoarseness, aphonia, and a characteristic symptom, nervous aphonia alternating with heart symptoms. Okay, let us see what the heart symptoms here are. Oxalic acid is a great drug for angina. We just saw that this pain could be added on into heart attack symptoms or MI symptoms. So that is another thing. We got two things. Other extra symptom is palpitation and dyspnea. Uh, we saw that there are spotty pain showing pleurisy, so dyspnea could be because of that, and tachycardia plus normal breathing. Most importantly, it is for pleurisy because, and by the way, the left lung is the main sphere of action for oxalic acid. So there is pain in the left lung coming suddenly, depriving the patient of breath. So this symptom is opposite to the liver symptom which I just mentioned. So it could be either that these both might never coexist because the modalities are different. Lung symptoms, taking off the breath, we know very characteristic of pleurisy. The patient cannot take in deep breath or any movement is going to aggravate. Okay, so far so good. This was basic oxalic acid. We are left with few more symptoms. Like I mentioned, coffee being an important ailment from, there is diarrhea by coffee. Again, very important because it is so specific. And um, again, people drink black coffee when they are having an acute episode of diarrhea, but this person is having diarrhea by intake of coffee. Okay, and that is going to be prostrating with tenesmus and it is going to be painful. So this again could be because of erosive action of the drug. Now we come to the soles. We saw that there is going to be hypocalcemia, which is causing tingling, numbness, jerking, all those symptoms we are going to add on here. There is tingling, numbness, insensible, cold and blue, which is why I have added the blue color. Here also there is coldness, here again there is coldness, tingling, numbness, insensible, cold and blue. Another thing that it is important for is multiple sclerosis and myelitis, very specific. I don't know if there has been any other drug where they've clearly mentioned multiple sclerosis as in the materia, of course. So multiple sclerosis also has tingling, numbness, but there is a variety of other symptoms as well. It has its own progress, um, plateauing, progress plateauing, so that is completely different, and it is not because of hypocalcemia. There is lumbar pain and the patient feels sore. Simple basic, this could be because of hypocalcemia and osteoporosis and normal backache, or muscles also need calcium, so hypocalcemia there. And lastly, and which we did, that there is going to be calcium oxalate crystals. Here we see urine has oxaluria, so urine excretes more amount of oxalates. Urination is frequent and copious. There is burning in urethra and pain in glands while urinating. He must urinate when thinking of it. That brings me to the last symptom and the most important symptom as well. That is that he is worse when he's thinking about the complaints. Okay, this is very important and it is similar to Calcarea Foss and Baraita Carr. There is of course an inverse symptom as well, that the patient is better when thinking of complaint. If you know the remedy, please comment down below in the comment section. And left-sided, as I mentioned previously. So this is oxalic acid summed up completely. With the help of FMT, I think this is the first drug where we've included other source of materia medica and incorporated into drug picture. Oxalic acid, honestly, for me is a drug which I hadn't done it in detail, and I think I only remembered this symptom. But after watching this video, of course, I'm pretty sure you will be able to write at least a 5-mark answer. If you've liked this video, then hit the like button, share it with your friends, let other people know about this channel as well. And if you haven't subscribed, then please, please, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you.